2, 1. The Voice of Stockton. For more information on The Voice of Stockton, go to thevoiceofstockton.org.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS, The Voice of Stockton, or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Hello, welcome to the Voice of Stockton and the video show. And I would like to welcome my guest. Wait, hold on. Let's see. How do you spell your name again?
Olga, O-L-G-A.
O-L-G-A Rodriguez. Sorry about that. I'm a little bit have to focus on it. And from Haven of Peace, she is the executive director of Peace of Haven of Peace. Before I talk, Olga would like to announce there'll be a what is it? A raffle?
Right, the Super Bowl raffle.
A Super Bowl raffle. And if you sponsor them, you could go and they have their list of things right there. Super Bowl raffle. Okay. Right now, sorry for the bad start. Okay. So anyway, I had a lot to think about. But anyway, welcome to the show, and Olga. And I'd like to know, how did Peace of Haven started? I did it backward, right?
Haven of Peace.
Haven of
Peace.
Peace.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Very good. First and foremost, I want to thank you so very much for having me here at your show. And it's a blessing to be here to be able to share with you about Haven of Peace.
What does haven mean?
Haven.
What's the definition of haven?
Haven is where you have peace. It's like going to heaven.
Okay.
And
Heaven of peace. Okay,
yes.
that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Haven of peace. Okay.
Okay.
Because some people ask me, what's haven?
Haven.
You know,
You're in a haven.
okay.
Yes.
Heaven of peace. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So Haven of Peace have started in 1957. We have been in existence for 59 years. And we were very blessed to have Miss Ethel decide to do something about helping the women and children. What happened is that we are actually part of, many years ago, it started out with Miss Ethel and her husband working at the Gospel Rescue Mission. And so one night, what happened was this lady, after she ate, they told her she had to leave. And she turned around and actually said, you know, it's very funny that there is a shelter for dogs and cats. There's a shelter for men, but there's not a shelter for women. And so this really placed a burden on Miss Ethel's heart. So she decided to do something about it. So she went and she spoke at 13 churches. And all of these 13 churches decided to embrace the idea of actually forming a shelter for women and children. So this year we celebrate our 59th year of being in existence, where we are able to cater and to help and assist and encourage women and children to go to the next level, which our goal is for them to become self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient support. It's like support? Self-support. Okay, yeah. Self-support. Okay. Self-sufficient is a very big word for
Yes.
for the deaf community to
Okay.
understand. But yeah, self-support, self-sufficient is great.
Yeah,
Awesome. It was led by. How did led by this woman? What's her name again?
Miss Ethel.
Echo.
Ethel Ellison.
Oh, Ethel. Okay, Ethel.
Yes,
Okay.
her husband. Ellison.
And that what led you to become to them as far as being a director?
No, no. Actually, I never met Miss Ethel.
You never met him?
No, this was in the 1957.
1950. Oh, wow.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
So, but God works in mysterious ways, you know, and He placed me at the Haven. I never thought I would be there, but He works in mysterious ways, and the position opened up, and I went and I visited. I applied for the position, and here we are today with God's grace. And I just celebrated my 4th anniversary last month of being at the Haven.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So now, before you're gonna talk about the history. So now, but before when we go there, I would like to talk about what is the service you provide as far as the Peace of Haven. I know it's November today. This month it's already started the first week, you know, and there's a lot of things, a lot of goals and programs that you're probably gonna start helping for Thanksgiving that you need help with, right?
Right. Well, we definitely are always welcoming every donation that we can get. And, you know, yes, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. And so whatever you are able to provide and to donate is going to be greatly appreciated. You know, we provide everything free. So maybe I should share with you the fact that everything that the women and children receive is free because of your generosity, the generosity of the community coming in and providing for the ladies many different things, clothing, and we need cleaning supplies. We need toiletries, such like toilet paper, very needed, Clorox to wash your clothes, detergent to wash your clothes. So it's a variety of different donations that you are able to provide to meet their need, because they have to wash every day, every week. And so what happens is these items, we run out of these items. So as you are able to bring these donations in, it really benefits all of the women and the children that are there.
Okay, now, what about personal hygiene? Like women have their menstrual cycle and everything.
Yes.
So are there always a demand for those?
Always.
Always.
Always,
Okay.
always. So nothing is too small, nothing is too big. Everything is accepted with open arms. We want to make sure that we are able to supply their needs according to, you know, what they come in with, and then go forward with that.
Okay. So do anyone can walk in? Do you have to apply? Do you have to, what are the protocol when do they open door? Are there staff there?
Yes.
What is it?
Okay. So Haven of Peace is a shelter it's a 24/7. We have 3 shifts. So we welcome the ladies throughout the day, depending if there's a bed, because we run out of beds at times because we're full. So the women that are coming to the Haven, they're coming because maybe of the domestic violence, substance abuse. Some of them are there because of mental issues. Some of them are there because they're coming out of prison or jail. So as you can see, there's a variety of reasons why they're coming. So how do they get there? Many times because they have had relatives at the Haven before, and so the relatives recommend for them to go. Other times we have the sheriff department bringing these ladies to the shelter. Sometimes the social workers refer them to the Haven, and if we have a bed, then they're able to get it. If we do not have a bed, we work with other shelters. We call them to see if they have availability for them to be able to go there as well. So many times they come on their own, or maybe a friend told them. So as you can see, they can come because of many different reasons here.
So let me ask you this. I know that some people probably will ask me, Doug, how come you're not asked Olga, but there are a lot of deaf or disabled community that will question what is the accommodation of women that go there that are disability, not mental. I'm talking about physically. It could be blind. It could be disabled. Are your staff are ready to are trained for them to have those type of situation, like a deaf community, come and they have to have an interpreter and they go, "What are you here for?" And they cannot talk. They have to have that. So that's something that I call because it happened last year. It wasn't your organization. It was another organization that I call, and it was a deaf woman. She was homeless and everything, but they couldn't provide an interpreter. And then when you walked in, you have to have an intake or whatever to communicate. So what they do, they stopped calling me, because they could not provide that particular service. So that's kind of like, I don't know, sometimes situations new come up, and that's why disability has always been part of the second class people that not think how to prioritize of what's going on. So how would you deal with it, Olga? What would you do if somebody like that were to come to your shelter and understand what they're expecting?
Well, it all depends on their disability. My goal is to be able to one day be able to have staff that is able to communicate with them, help them in those circumstances. But in the meantime, I think it's important that even if a person has a disability, we can be able to call other entities, other agencies, and see how they can provide the help and the assistance that that person needs at the time. So I'm hoping, with God's grace, that one of these days we would be able to grow Haven of Peace and have staff that is able to accommodate all of these things. But in the meantime, we can still reach out to other agencies that provide these services to be able to get them the help that they need.
Oh, awesome. So that's great. That's the thing that a lot of disabilities are having problem with accommodating nowadays. Not just your organization, but other organizations as well that having very difficult to accommodate people with disabilities because of that resources of being homeless, going to jail. They have. How are you going to communicate to a deaf person?
Right.
Whether they're blind or deaf, whatever, they have to have some resources. They expect. What else? There's a lot of things that people don't even think about that they're in the hospital, the clinic. They're all everything costs money when it comes to those type of resources.
Right.
So too bad that the fund that the state or the federal state fund do not subsidize just a little portion for that particular service, you know what I mean? So that's one thing that they should be allocating that type of fund for all nonprofit organizations as far as that goes. But depend on the grant and the fund, So I understand that situation.
Right.
So tell me now, what else does as far as besides having a bed, do you have counseling? Do you have drug treatment? Or what?
So when the ladies come in, we do an intake on each person to see what their needs are so that we can connect them with the resources that they are in need of. So we do the intake, and then after that, they have a meeting with the case manager. We do have a case manager.
Okay.
So the case manager works with each person individually, and a plan is made according to what the person wants to achieve, what their goals are. So a plan is laid out for each person that goes to the Haven, and then they have to meet with the case manager every single week to see what they have accomplished, because she's going to refer them to classes depending on their situation. She's going to refer them to other resources in the community so that they can get what they're needing, and then we need to keep track of how well they're doing, so that they can meet their goals. What is it they have achieved? So the case manager is one of the key components as well in getting them to achieve what they want. The Haven also have classes We have resume classes. They're looking for jobs, so we have resume classes. We have computer classes. We have nutrition classes that is done on a weekly basis. We have the churches, because many of the women that are coming in hopeless, and we want to build their hope. We want to give them the encouragement and the support that they're needing, so let them know that they can do this, they can achieve their goals. But we need to work in unity. So the churches come in and they embrace them just the way we embrace them, and let them know that they can do it, that with God's grace, we will pray for them if that's what they would like us to do, because nothing is mandatory. It all depends on how they feel, what they want to do.
Oh, so it's like it's what's the word? It's not too restrictive. What you're saying, it's not a restrictive.
It's not
environment. Like people have to go to a detox. They have to be in a restrictive thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you go to your place, it's not that restrictive area. That's what you're trying to say.
What I'm trying to say is, because each person comes in with different needs. And each of them, some of them are coming in because they have to go through programs. Okay, so not programs with us, but programs with their social worker, with the court, with probation. So it depends on the person.
Got it.
How are they coming in? What is it they're needing? And how do we help them achieve that? How to fulfill what they have to do to be able to get to their next level?
Okay, that's awesome. So let me ask you this question: as far as people, people are taking medication.
Mm-hmm.
Do you provide doctors? Do you take them to the general hospital for their medication, for their blood pressure or their diabetes, all that stuff that is needed for them to achieve their goal, their health, well-being? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing that I personally got into. I'm like, oh my God. Diabetes is like a cancer.
Mm-hmm.
It affects your organ, it affects your skin, it
Mm-hmm.
affects your hair, you lose hair.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a cancer to me, because you have to constantly battle
Yes.
with diabetes. So
Mm-hmm.
do those people who suffer from those type of, did they get medication as well too?
The ladies and the children that are coming in they already come with their own medication, because they have their
They have
own.
to be refilled, I mean. That's what I mean.
Right. But they go to the doctors. They're doctors.
Okay.
The doctors refill it, and so we help them make sure that they're taking their medication. And so they have to make sure. So there's certain times of the day that they come in to get their medication, because we want to make sure that they keep their health, that they're healthy, and that they can go forward. We don't want to see them ill. We're also blessed to have the General Hospital right around the corner.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and so the good thing is we collaborate and team with the fire department as well as the ambulance there. If anyone gets sick, and we have called the ambulance to come, the fire department to take them to the hospital around the corner and get the treatment that they're needing. We also have moms that are pregnant. They have had their first baby at the Haven. So when it's time for them to deliver, they go to the hospital, and the baby's first home is Haven of Peace.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
we have had many babies, actually, since I've been there. Have just wonderful to have them have their babies and then bring them home.
So you're never like a grandma.
Oh
to
yes,
them,
yes.
and
Yes. I've been grandma several times.
Oh, awesome! That's really awesome. That's very encouraging to hear that you do take homeless in an individual case, and everyone is welcome. Now, so that's for like you said, only for women on. So do you? I'm sorry. I'm rambling on, but let me retract my question again. So the children are also get help too with the parents.
Oh yes,
right?
yes.
So how did that play out? They do it together, or they're separated in different cases, or what is that? Sometimes mothers have children. do you accept children like maybe
yes.
people with children with disability?
Oh, yes. We have, actually, we have 2 of them right now.
Oh, great! So
We have 2
I
of
have
them.
that been a burden like out of control because like there's some like people that their children that have autism, you know, and they're out of control.
Oh, yes, we have
And
had
they're-
that.
And then the mother try to it frustrates the parents sometimes because they're taking out of their frustration on them, and then what they kind of give up, and hopefully somebody will take care of it. How do you deal with that situation?
Well, the beauty is all about teamwork. It's
Okay.
not about one person. And it's to be able to encourage the mom not to give up. But not only that, but because these children, we have had children with autism, but these children are in programs, and the caretakers of that is in the program comes to the Haven and also are observing and guiding the parents towards how to deal with the children. So I had a grandmother that was that had a grandson that was autistic, and he was quite a challenge for grandma. But the beauty is when the worker came to guide grandmother to know how to deal with him, that really helped her a lot.
Oh.
And so we were able to speak and also see what the process they were using, so we could also use it to help that child.
Okay, well that's awesome. So in other words, so now the people that are watching us were able to know what they're going to get themselves into as far as welcome, help, encourage them.
Yes.
You know, you're not going to judge them.
No.
That's a thing about people are afraid to go to organization. I do believe that there are people are afraid what they think they're going to have done to them. You know, I think that's something that they need reassurance that being in homeless is not a good thing, especially in America. And we need to provide our own community with care and love and compassion.
Yes.
And but yet we need to filter out that people who want to be ahead in life, be self-sufficient and things like that, were able to do that. You know, and I do agree with what you're saying, and it's very, because your program is very unique in the way that with people with disability, because that's basically much what my program is. People who work, who have been rejected so many times from being served. That's why
right.
that's why they call it the silent communication, silent community, silent community, and they don't really act much like this right now. I have to educate people with hearing dogs. People don't know that they do exist, but it costs a lot of money.
Right.
And there are a lot of organizations that help people with blindness. And yet they get free dog. They train the dog to teach them to walk.
Right.
But yet when you're dealing with a deaf person, it's not. There's no fun. There's no organization. There's no fun. There's no nothing. It comes in different sizes because what they need, the dog that bark. They need people that it provide comfort.
Yes.
It provide the phone ringing. It provide, but not all the technology is coming up. Technology, you have a flasher, sometimes they have doorbell flasher, sometimes they have a video flasher, and they cost money too.
Exactly.
And so either way, the money is still, they get the free stuff, but yet it's funded by technology more than personal, old-fashioned dog, a hearing dog. So
Exactly.
that people are not educated because now they call it emotional support dog. I cannot have it as a service dog, but I do have it for my benefit, because she helped me take me off myself and focus on her. So she's like a little baby now. She's only 2 years old. She's still picking up things. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're already here. And she'll still taking the cat bottle or a Coca-Cola bottle. And I'm like, don't eat it. And she dropped it, so. So she's like my children too. She's like my baby too. But how about, do you provide... that's another thing. When a blind person who come from a domestic violence have their blind dog there. And even though they have children there that are going to be petting them and kind of, are you going to separate them in a room to protect the dog and the handler and the dog and plus the children and the parent? Or how that worked out?
We're working on something.
Okay, we'll work on something.
Yeah,
Okay.
we these things are things that we're considering because of exactly what you're saying. Okay, we don't have it established at the time, but we're seeing that there is a need, and so we're hoping that in the future we would be able to have it in a manner that it will be all be established to help those that are in need of that.
Okay.
Because it's good to think about these things because it is a need.
Right.
Right.
Well, now let me ask you this question. I don't know. I'm not out of question already. So, do you have anything for me and what you want to talk about?
Well, I would say that we are hoping that if you know of anyone that is in need of, you might have a friend or a family member that is homeless. And we just want to make sure that you know that the Haven is your second home. And we are family at the Haven. And we make sure that we try very hard to let families know that we're there to support them, to help them, to guide them, to get them the assistance that they need so that they can achieve whatever their goals might be. So if you know of anyone that is homeless and maybe have children that don't have a place to stay, if we have the bed, that bed is yours. You just have to call us and let us know, and we will let you know if there's a bed. If there's not a bed, what we would do is we can also give you names of other shelters that you can contact or we can help you contact so that you can make sure that you have a place to go.
Okay, now
so it's teamwork.
Teamwork, all right. Now I haven't seen. I don't know if you have. You go to Walmart at Hammer Lane.
Hammer, yes.
Yeah, and there's one over there. I think that's Safeway Country Club. There's a parking lot.
By Country Club?
Yeah, there's a Safeway at Country Club.
Oh, Safeway,
yeah.
Not Walmart.
No, well, both of them.
Oh,
you've been to Walmart and then there's a place over
yes,
Safeway. Well, I noticed that when I go to Walmart, there are people sometimes me and my cousin goes like 1 o'clock in the morning, and late because there's nobody there. But we get our stuff going and go back home. But we find out that there are people living in their car. Kids that live in their car right close to the McDonald's area, right in the corner of the McDonald's, and they're panhandling, and their children there, and they're using their children to feel sad, and yet they're using money to collect whatever. And then you're seeing with Coke, you're seeing with chip, you're seeing with a candy bar, and I'm like, that's not food, And I'm like, how do we let this thing go so far? The same thing with in the Safeway parking lot too. They're the same thing too. They're living on the car again too, and they're all over the place living on cars, and there's children involved. And that to me, that's really hurt me, and that's endangering the children and not getting. Cause they could either get shot, they could get burned, they could get dead, and this really scares me for them,
Yes.
So I really encourage something to be done about that because there are people that work that knows about those things, but they don't report that. And let them know that hey, with their children involved, what they're doing with their children involved, that should be the priority for the government to step in and say, look, we need to take care. If you don't want to be responsible for your children well-being, you need to have some kind of guiding and persistent on the parent responsibilities. So it really scares me too. So I don't know if you know that. Have you heard about those things before?
Well, we have had parents come in their cars at the Haven because they were living in their cars. It happens, and so we just had a situation last month where the mom and the children were living in a car for about 3 months. And so thank God we were able to have the beds for the mom and the children that she brought. And so when they were doing the intake, the mom was doing the intake with the house coordinator, and the child heard that, yes, we have the bed, and the little boy told Mom, Mommy, are we really going to sleep in a bed tonight? Or are we really going to sleep in a bed? And he started to boo and cry. He was so happy to know that he was going to have a bed and they wouldn't have to sleep in the car. So it was just so touching just to see that. What a blessing, you know, that we were able to accommodate that family and the children and everything else. So I would like, thank you, Lord, that we were able to do that. So I know exactly what you're speaking.
Oh
And
my God, I'm already,
yes.
I'm in tears right now
Yes.
because see, that's how the child, they know what, they see reality still
Yes,
young and,
yes.
and they could be innocent, they could be protected and the
Exactly.
mother, and it's sad, and I really break my heart because, even with children that they have a naive heart and they trust adults, and now when they're young they see reality.
Letty, right. At
So
an
that's
early
totally
age.
different.
At an early age.
Yeah, and it turns to adult really quick. You know?
Exactly.
So yeah. Anyway, so wow, that's an amazing story, and that could be everyone. Chico. We're about closing up pretty soon, and Olga, what else? And what else can we talk about? Can you want to talk about your thing I went
Yes.
off?
Well, we would like to invite everyone to participate in our Super Bowl raffle, and the Community Foundation is the organization that puts this together every single year. And I just really thank the Spanos for always helping all of the charities that are out there. So there's many of us that are selling these tickets. The cost of the ticket is $100, and the prizes that we have is 2 tickets to the Super Bowl and $200 cash for the grand winner. We still have 6 other grand prizes packages and approximately between 40 to 50 other prizes that you can win as you purchase your ticket. So please feel free to call us if you would like to get a ticket to the Haven of Peace. Each ticket is $100, and it goes towards the needs of the families at the Haven. So $90 go towards the Haven, and from the $100, $90 go towards the Haven.
$9?
90.
90. Okay.
90.
90.
And so I just would like to encourage everyone to call the Haven to get your tickets. We have tickets available. And that way, you know what? When you come, we can give you a tour as well. We'd love to give you a tour of the Haven so that you can see your second home, because now that I was able to speak to you, you have become part of the family. So welcome, come visit, and I will give you a personal tour.
Thank you so much, Olga, for coming. Well, thanks for coming. I really appreciate your serving heart. I really appreciate that you bring out the awareness of people, show your program, and that there are places to go, and then welcome. You can allow people your contact, how to get a hold of your organization. To contact.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. So we are located at 7070 South Harlan Road, Harlan, French Camp, California, 95231. Our number is 982-0396.
That's too fast. Where is that number?
No,
Okay,
not here.
Okay.
Not that one.
Okay, 209.
209-982.
982
0396.
96.
Yes.
Sorry, everyone. My hearing is going down a little bit. So forgive me for.
That's okay. Right there.
I'm talking about the deaf community, okay? Don't get frustrated with me, okay? So I'm having a hard time hearing.
We love you. We love you.
Yeah, I know the hearing people will, but the deaf is not too nice sometimes. Okay, you got to communicate. So okay.
It's okay.
All right.
I talk
cool.
a little fast.
Okay. Haven of Peace,
Mm-hmm.
707 South Harlem Road, French Camp, California, 95231. All right, thank you for that information. I needed that. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful Monday afternoon. Thanks for watching the visual show Access radio for me, because for everyone, for else. So thank you so much. Thank you, Olga.
I thank you so much for having
and
me.
thank Edward for
Thank
the
you.
board. Everyone else, yeah, thank you, and God bless you for everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.